going to go over the depth chart for Baylor football going into week 1 against Albany. Granted, I know Khalil Keith, a projected right tackle starter that's 6'5", 314 pounds, that's a senior, won't be available for a couple of weeks. But I will go over some other players, like the 2 or 3 deep, and especially the running back room, because I feel more comfortable about that now than in the offseason. At wide receiver, Hal Presley is named the starter. The Amari Winfield or Jonathan Davidson is the back second string. Which Amari Winfield is 6'2", 203 pounds, while Hal Presley is 6'3", 199 pounds, and Jonathan Davidson is 6'1", 206 pounds. Starting a left tackle, of course, is Connor Galvin, 6'7", 302 pounds, a fifth-year senior. Elijah Ellis is the backup, 6'6", 339 pounds. Micah Mascua, at 6'5", 231 pounds, is a redshirt sophomore. While Mose Jeffrey, who is 6'4", 321 pounds, that's a fifth-year senior, is the backup. But I really feel comfortable with him either. But from what I heard, Michael Mascua is more physical and more of a guy that helps move the pile. Jacob Gall, of course, is a starter at center, 6'2", 299 pounds as a senior. The backup would be Timothy Don, that's 6'2", 304 pounds as a freshman, or MJ Ruhlman, that's 6'4", 282 pounds, redshirt freshman. But Ruhlman needs to gain a little more weight to me. At least another 10 pounds, 17, 20 pounds, Starting at right guard is Grant Miller, that's 6'4", 312 pounds, that's a fifth-year senior. George Miley is the backup at 6'3", 298 pounds, or it's Ryan Lingal, that's 6'5", 302 pounds, that's a redshirt freshman. Gavin Byers is the starting right tackle for now. Granted, I know Khalil Keith would have been that spot, but he's 6'5", 310 pounds. That's a junior, and Tay Williams is the backup, 6'4", 284 pounds. So I think Tay Williams needs to gain some weight, but I think these might not be the exact right weights, potentially. Who's starting at wide receiver for Baylor? That's a key thing to note. And there's 3 guys on that list listed as starters. Or 2 other guys besides Hal Presley. Monterey Baldwin, that guy who got that jet sweep for the touchdown in the Sugar Bowl. He's 5'9", 164 pounds as a sophomore. Gavin Holmes, that's 5'11", 200 pounds as a redshirt senior, a 6-year guy. Or it's Jordan Neighbors, that's 5'11", 182 pounds. The other wide receiver is Seth Jones, which he came from second or third string a few weeks ago, and he moved himself all the way up, but it just shows how good he is right now. He's 6'1", 297 pounds as a sophomore. Javon Gibson is the backup, 6'3", 200 pounds, that's a redshirt freshman. Or it's Josh Cameron, the former walk-on, that's 6'1", 216 pounds. Of course, we know Ben Sims is going to be the number 1 tight end. He's 6'5", 258 pounds as a fifth-year senior. Drake Dabney is the second string guy. That's 6'5", 251 pounds. And third string on is debatable because Kelsey Johnson is 6'2", 243 pounds as a freshman. Or Gavin Yates, that's 6'3", 248 pounds as a sophomore. Or Mark Patton, that's 6'4", 238 pounds. Or Cody Medenka, that's 6'4", 241 pounds as a freshman. Now, we know Blake Shapen is going to be a starter. He's 6 foot, 192 pounds, or possibly even up to 200 pounds at this point. Redshirt sophomore, of course, Kyron Drones is the backup. He's the only other scholarship quarterback left. That's 6'2", 223 pounds, a redshirt freshman. Or it's Luke Anthony. That's 6'1", 208 pounds. That's a 7th-year guy as a walk-on. Bryson McHenry is a 5'11", 193 pound freshman. That's a backup. like a fourth string guy as a walk on, or it's Landry Kinney, that's a walk on, but he came from like a JUCO route and walked on to Baylor. That's 6 foot, 185 pound junior. Of course, who's going to start at running back? Tate McWilliams, 6'1", 211 pounds as a sophomore. But usually it would have been the second string would have been Craig Squirrel Williams. That's 5'8", 169 pounds or 173 pounds. But he wasn't listed there. But Quaylen Jones was listed. It's 5'10", 242 pounds. Or it's Richard Reese, who is similar to Squirrel Williams in some aspects. 5'9", 175 pounds as a freshman. Of course, Josh Fleeks is 6 foot, 204 pounds as a fifth-year guy. If Squirrel Williams would have been in there, we already know he's going to be. Josh Fleeks would be in the fifth string guy. So I feel comfortable with the 3 or 4 deep, possibly even 5 deep, if you're going to include Josh Fleeks as a running back. I noticed that Kai Roberts-Day is not in there, and same with Jordan Jenkins. I think both of those guys are redshirting. Kai Roberts-Day might be redshirting this year. Now, special teams wise, we already know Isaiah Hankins is going to get the nod. 6 foot, 189 pounds sophomore. Who's the backup of John Maris? That's 5'11", 189 pounds. That's a fifth-year guy. Or Noah Ruschenberg. That's 6'1", 204 pounds. Speaking of which, he is the kickoff guy. Of course, Isaiah Hankins is the backup kickoff guy, and Isaac Power is actually the third string. Or Isaiah Hankins or Isaac Power, that's 6'1", 201 pounds. That's a 50-year guy, but of course he's going to be the starting punter. The backup to him is Noah Ruschenberg, that's 6'1", 204 pounds, and Isaac Power is a 50-year guy, by the way. Yeah. Who's going to be a kickoff returner this year? Starting is Marway Baldwin. Of course, the backup is Craig Squirrel Williams. The third, or it's Richard Reese. Punt returner, Monterey Baldwin. The second string would be Richard Reese or Gavin Holmes. The long snapper is Garrison Grimes at 6'2", 215 pounds. Or the backup is Corbin Robertson at 6'4", 238 pounds as a senior. The holder is Isaac Power, or it's the backup guy Griffin Speaks, 5'11", 180 pounds as a junior. Now, here comes the nitty gritty. The defense. Who's going to start at one of the end spots? Cole Maxwell. That's 6'5", 285 pounds as a 6-year guy. Of course, the backup is TJ Franklin, 6'4", 265 pounds as a senior. Or it's Cooper Lance. That's 6'3", 270 pounds as a redshirt sophomore. Who's going to start the nose tackle? Of course, we know it's Siaki Ika, 6'4", 358 pounds. But the backup is Jackson Player, 6 foot, 299 pounds as a 5th-year senior. Or it's Chidi Obanaya, 6'5", 302 pounds as a 6-year guy. Who's going to start at the other end spot? Right. Gabe Hall, that's 6'6", 296 pounds. And the backup is Braden Utley. Who's going to start at Jack linebacker? It's a debate between two guys. Corbin Randolph, 6'7", 247 pounds as a junior. Or Bryson Jackson at 6'4", 204 pounds as a 6-year guy. Jackie Marshall is the backup, like 6'3", 281 pounds as a redshirt freshman. Or it's Tony Awanu, that's 6'2", 248 pounds as a redshirt sophomore. Dylan Doyle, of course, is going to start at the middle linebacker spot. 6'3", 240 pounds, 5th-year senior. Though he has another year of eligibility, I think. Because of COVID, I think, but I'm not sure. Who's the backup? Tyrone Brown, that's 5'11", 222 pounds, redshirt freshman. Or it's Josh White, that's 6 foot, 229 pounds as a junior. He should have been listed as a sophomore because he redshirted and then he got hurt. But either way, a guy that's been in the part of a team that's for 3 years. Or Brooks Miller, that's 6'1", 225 pounds as a sophomore. Who's going to start the will linebacker spot? Matt Jones, that's 6'3", 224 pounds as a junior. The backup is Will Williams, 6'2", 211 pounds as a junior, or it's Bryson Jackson, that's a 6'4", 204 pounds, that's a 6-year guy. So it goes to show how versatile he is. The start position is where Jalen Petrie was at last year. A guy that's going to take over that spot is Al Walcott. That's 6'2", 219 pounds as a senior. Devin Neal is the backup, 5'11", 201 pounds as a junior, or it's Alfonso Allen, that's 5'11", 283 pounds as a freshman, or Romario Noel, that's 6'3", 212 pounds as a redshirt freshman. Now, Lorando Johnson is going to start at one of the corner spots, 6 foot, 193 pounds as a sophomore. The backup would be AJ McCarty, that's 5'11", 180 pounds as a sophomore, or Reggie Bush, that's 6 foot, 183 pounds freshman. Now, one of the safety spots will be Devin Lemire, 5'11", 183 pound freshman. Devin Bobby is the backup, 5'10", 174 pound as a freshman. The other starter at safety is Christian Morgan, that's 6'1", 211 pounds as a fifth-year senior. Now the backup is Mike Harris, that's 5'10", 168 pounds as a sophomore, or Byron Hanspard Jr. That's 6 foot, 182 pounds, fifth-year senior. Now the other corner position for now is Mark Milton, 6'2", 191 pounds, fifth-year senior. Chateau Reed is the backup. That's 6'2", 193 pounds as a sophomore. Or Tevin Williams III, 6'1", 188 pounds as a redshirt freshman. So I believe this defense is going to be just fine. Now, it's a little question in the secondary, but at least they know who their guys are, and they're going to get some game reps against Albany. Let's try to get a blowout so we get more players to play, so we can avoid injury a lot easier. And I think Craig Squirrel Williams won't play in this game, even though he's listed. So, as a backup kickoff returner, the thing is, it doesn't make sense to not list him at running back and then list him there. So, I would expect him to. David Rand said at his press conference yesterday that he would be available. But at the same time, it feels like, based on this depth chart, he won't play. Which I think is a good thing, because he had a knee scare within the last few weeks. But he's all good. It's just... And another thing to keep it, what David Rand said in a press conference, which I will put in the description below, is that 12 guys on the team can run over 20 miles per hour. That's never been done before under David Randa at Baylor. And he's trying to get that emphasis on that. So that's just some two interesting notes and good things to notice. So, and they're going to have to be comparatively mature, because last year against Texas State, they flirted with them a little bit too much in terms of a win or a loss. So, they can't overlook this game against Albany for BYU next week. You got to focus on this game, get the win, blow them out, and then prep for BYU. Anyways, if you like this content, hit the like and subscribe button. I'll see you guys later. It's going to be 400 subscribers or more by the end of this year.